Hello everyone and welcome to the Watkins Glen International Road Course here from Watkins Glen, New York for race number 15 of 29 in the NASCAR Excel Energy Cup Series season, Duraflame 355. All 40 cars return once again for racing around this 2.5-mile road course. Take a look at your starting lineup. On pole, he finished second last week at North Wilkesboro. To the man starting to his outside, it's Logan Cloud, the number 94, who will lead us to the green. Last week's winner, Brady Burkhart, there right next to him. Then we have Ontario winner Zachary Fitzwater and the 39 who won at Motegi, Austin Delgado. Then we have Eli Bright and Las Vegas winner Kev Shearer, TJ Handley and Taylor Fry, Brandon Morris, Nick Perez, Dominic Carlone, and Patrick Smith, who, however, being one of the drivers who did not survive the carnage that was North Wilkesboro, he still increased his points lead. And we have Logan Bradley, Preston Emmons, two teammates on that row, and two teammates on this row as well. 0, 2, and 12, Cody Savage, Skylar Dixon. Austin Murray, our Michigan winner, last race in the car. He's feeling a little bit shaken up after his hard wreck at North Wilkesboro, but says he is happy just to drive around in this 34 and post some good results at posted good results at Michigan. However, past 2 weeks have been tough for him, trying to get a good finish to his stint in this 34 here today. Appoline to his outside. Then it's hometown kid Noah Robb. This is his home track. Austin Terrio. Then we have Noah Breeze, Jake Jefferson, Hector Carneras, Gabriel Durand, Dane Cruz, Trey Fisher, Jacob Rose, Dylan Jacobs, Zachary Bilson, Cody Smart, Julio Caesar, Dragos King, Matthew Town, who flipped at North Wilkesboro in a strange wreck, Antoine Smith. Then we have Tib Foster, Nick Bergwald starting deep in the field, Eric Darnell, James Busher, and then we have Danica Matthew and Robbie Webb. It's your starting command here from Watkins Glen.
Drivers, start your engines.
The field here roars to life on... It's not really the backstretch here. I think it's the second longest straightaway to the front straightaway here. This is in between the carousel and turn 6. Very challenging course with a good amount of elevation, especially the big drop into turn 1 and the charge up the hills through the S's. Then you have the bank turn on the south side of the course, the carousel, right after the inner loop, which that inner loop is a bus stop style chicane. May catch some drivers out here today. 18 laps, a fairly short race, but we should see some pit stops. And some very hard, relentless racing. These guys aren't afraid to use their fenders around this track. But hopefully we do not see another wreck fest. There's the green flag, and we're underway here in the Duraflame 355. Getting the jump early, Logan Cloud clears Brady Burkhart, but Zachary Fitzwater diving underneath the 0 of Brady. Fitzwater trying to get second from that number 0 now. Zachary Fitzwater, the road course ace, trying to get, I believe, on our 2003 career win number 320. But look at the gap already. Logan Cloud, that 94 car, is gone. Everyone's still shuffling about too wide throughout most of this field. Kev Shearer currently up to third as Burkhart continues to drop spots. Now he's going to have Austin Delgado and TJ Handley trying to get underneath him through the carousel. Brandon Morris working past Eli Bright. But Fitzy's not giving up. He's going to try and catch Logan Cloud here in number 94. Can he do it? Yet to be seen. Shearer into third. Now Burkhart going to use the left-hander turn 6 to his advantage. That's going to put Delgado, however, to the inside of TJ Handley through number 7. But out in front, our pole sitter Logan Cloud leads lap number 1 here from the Glen. One trying to file their way into line in turn number 1. Taylor Fry trying to get past Eli Bright. 0-5 versus 0-9. Eli gets a little bit of curb coming off of turn 1, but gonna have the less preferred line up through the S's, and he's gonna lose 2 spots actually. Nick Perez is gonna get by him as well before the 09 finds his spot here in line. Coming across, we've seen no incidents so far. Take a look back. Yes, the entire field still running together as it's Logan Cloud pacing out front over Zachary Fitzwater, Kev Shearer 3rd, Brady Burkhardt 4th, and Austin Delgado 5th. Eli Bright last car in the top 10. Dominic Carlone could change that though. We're a little bit lower line through the carousel. They come down the chute here. Not going to have anything for him in turn 6. You see back in the pack is where we see a lot of the action. Guys running side by side and stuff. Nick Bergwald's made up some ground so far in this one, as well as Matthew Town looks like. Oh! Dane Cruz gets into Austin Terrio coming out of turn 7. Side by side down the front straightaway, and Cruz with the inside into turn 1, likely to take that spot. Coming off of it, Terrio with the run off. Into the S's though, Cruz with the preferred line. Pushes Terrio out wide. And clears them up through turn number 3. Back at the front of the field, Fitzwater closing in on Logan Cloud. Shearer gapping Brady Burkhardt here for 3rd. Now Shearer may be thinking about a run on Fitzwater here soon in this race. Coming off most of the field, still running single file around this road course here in the Finger Lakes region of New York. Let's take you here on a visor cam lap here with our race leader Logan Cloud. Uh-oh. That's what a lap like is around Watkins Glen. Takes a lot of throttle management, a ton of shifting around this road course, but Fitzwater, I was listening to the revs of the cars. Fitzwater seemed pretty close to Logan Cloud throughout that lap, but has lost some time, looks like, coming out of the final 2 corners. Comes Noah Robb, side by side with the 81, Logan Bradley. That's our points leader, Patrick Smith, trying to get up in this battle, too. He's going to get by the 81. And the New York native, Noah Robb, currently sits 15th that time by. Here comes the 27. Appolina trying to get past Logan Bradley. See how it runs out through the carousel. Austin Murray up to his inside, and now Jay Jefferson as well, thinking about who's he going to go with. He's actually going to push Logan Bradley past Austin Murray and try and get past Murray himself here, coming into turn number 6. She will at 34, swinging wide. That's going to cost Carneros a spot to Skylar Dixon. Might gain it back as there's going to put Dixon side by side off the corner. Dylan Jacobs there getting a lot of curb. Coming down, look at who's close. It's Fitzwater once again running close to Logan Cloud. But up through the S's, dropping off just a little bit. A lot of pushing and pulling with these gaps here throughout. the separate laps here, but Fitzwater just needs to close up to him enough in a braking zone and stick his Dodge Dart nose underneath the nose of Logan Cloud's Dodge Dart as well. Currently, top 10 looks like this. Dodge, Toyota, Chevy, Mazda, Toyota, Mazda. Of course, it looks like Mazdas are currently the top with 3 of their cars up here. Well, wait, there's 3 Toyotas as well. Then you've got the 2 Dodges, and what's it? 1 Chevy, 1 Ford. So all 5 manufacturers being represented here in the top 10. Already lap 7 of 18. This race going by relatively quickly here from Watkins Glen. We're gonna take a quick commercial break here from the Finger Lakes region of New York. And welcome back to coverage of the Duraflame 355 here from Watkins Glen. About to go on to lap 9 of 18 here from this 2.5-mile road course in New York. And you see, closer than ever, the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater trying to get past race leader Logan Cloud. Turn 1 might have been his best chance to do it, however, didn't feel like making the move. Is he banking on the pit stops? That will be happening shortly here at Watkins Glen. We will just wait and see. Looking back throughout this field, kind of going a quick flash by through the field. Side by side, Carneris, who's lost a bunch of ground from when we last saw him a couple laps ago. He's going to get passed up by Noah Breeze, maybe even Dylan Jacobs here. Going to watch him as they come through the bus stop. And Breeze got past. Jacobs has a fight put up onto him, but that's not going to be no more through the carousel, as that inside line not really showing the momentum that I expected. And getting the run off, surprisingly, is the 42. Carneris fighting hard with his position here in the mid-pack, trying to keep a top 20 run going. Continuing to look back through the field. Guys having a tough race like Zachary Bilson and Antoine Smith. Antoine Smith, I believe, is in the top 5, top 10 of the points. So the Labatt Blues, 65, struggling here today, while his team owner, Logan Cloud, continues to lead the race. James Busher sitting in 40th, a tough day. Tough day for him and Eric Darnell as well. Busher, our Charlotte winner, hasn't done a whole lot after his win there. And Robbie Webb, a 2-time winner this season, has been slipping recently in points, and he might slip farther here with a poor run today. But out front, still a 94, Logan Cloud over Zachary Fitzwater, and Kev Shearer, who currently is the fastest man around the track, running a 72nd lap time, 4:38. But Shearer now, not playing around with Zachary Fitzwater, gonna move past the Australian, try to go to the inside around turn 6 now, trying to make it around the outside of turn 7. Not really getting the run, though, off, because he had to slow up for the outside more. Gonna cost him. Fitzwater still gonna hold second, but second, third, and fourth, basically nose to tail, bumper to bumper on the brakes for turn number 1. These guys get a little impatient here. We might see some position swapping. But Brady Burkhardt, last week's winner, just content on just riding back here and gaining points as well. Gaining points will be the 39 of Austin Delgado, who's had a very up and down season in his Mobile One Target Camaro. Good result today will help him in points, as well as TJ Hanley, who's up there in points as well. No wins yet for the 08. If he gets a strong stop, he is in contention for one. Brandon Morris as well. He's been on a recent point charge. Can that 55 do? And you got Nick Perez as well, who led the points early on this season. Kind of fell away compared to most of his early season success. And now, another top 10 run for him. But Kev Shearer ran up the inside now. Austin Delgado is going to have TJ Hanley trying to get by him. However, backs off. But Brady Burkhardt got to the inside of Cav Shearer through turn number 6 and actually stuck it around the outside. And past the number 80. We're going to go to a different angle here, a spectator shot, getting some wide angles of the sweeping road course that is Watkins Glen. Carrying a good amount of speed to the bus stop, probably about 120 coming in, and like right at the exit they're going about 105. Pretty fast compared to what you'd expect them to take it. Here we go. Are we going to see some pit stops? Or was Logan Cloud having a big entry in turn number 1? No, we're going to see pit stops. We're going to see basically all the field except Logan Cloud coming down this time by. It's going to be everybody, and pit road is bound to get busy. The slow pit lane speed, only 35 miles an hour, but Logan Cloud risking the extra lap here around Watkins Glen. Will that help or hurt him? Yet to be seen. But now, everyone else coming into their stalls. What will it be? 2 tires, 4 tires. The right side's going up on virtually everybody as they all file in. Like 4 tires for everybody as all the right sides raise up. Anybody taking 2 doesn't look like it, but it's going to be Fitzwater out first. Cav Shearer second. And Slow getting out for Brady Burkhardt. He loses a spot to TJ Hanley. So Hanley out in third. Then it's Burkhardt, Delgado, Morris, Perez, Noah Breeze. Noah Breeze actually stayed out, it looks like. Or maybe did Noah Breeze pull an undercut here? I'm not sure, but he was 37th that time by at the line, so I think Noah Breeze may have just played an undercut. Looks like Jacob Rose may have as well, because he's up here. Did Dominic Carlone as well? I'm not sure where Carlone was running, but could see a bunch of guys getting mixed up here in the order. Here's Logan Cloud coming down. Fitzwater running out of the carousel currently with a big gap to Kev Shearer. TJ Hanley, Brady Burkhardt, Austin Delgado, however, doesn't have a big gap to the next car behind him as Noah Breeze is right there. Noah Breeze, he must have pulled off the undercut or he stayed out an extra lap. To be that far up in the order, let's see. He's staying out. I think Breeze pulled the undercut. And that time by, he has scored 7. So Noah Breeze did play off the undercut. And Logan Cloud, by staying the extra lap out, it's going to hurt him. Fitzwater is through. And Shearer could be through as well. Side by side for second. And he's going to take it. Logan Cloud has just lost himself the race by staying out an extra lap here at Watkins Glen. Pit strategy not working into his factor. By staying out on the worn tires, loses him time, and which is going to put him to third on track. Jacob Rose, however, playing an undercut move. He's made his way up into the top 10 in his number 86. Trying to get a good run that he really hasn't had too many times this season. Now, Logan Cloud might slip even further. There's TJ Hanley moving past Cloud. Hanley obviously on warmer tires compared to Cloud. It's going to hurt the 94. He's obviously crushed. He basically had the race win in the bag. He just came down at the same time as everybody else. It's going to hurt him even more. Is something wrong in that 94, or is his spirit just broken, as he could fall to 5th with the 0 of Brady Burkhardt moving underneath him into turn number 1. And pushed up to the high side once again through the S's. It's going to hurt him. Cloud now down to 5th. Zachary Bilson off the pace of everybody else back here. Julio Caesar having a tough day. And Antoine Smith not gaining much. All the way down at 37th. But boy, out front, that 59, Zachary Fitzwater gone here late. Next time by will be 3 to go in the Duraflame 355. Compared to a lot of the races this season, we don't really see a ton of this really spread out racing here late. 2 seconds basically the lead for Zachary Fitzwater. And back to 10th is 7.5. But at road courses, it's normal for these guys to spread out like this. Fitzwater gained about a 10th.5 back to Kev Shearer that time. And only just about a second off that 80. That might be a gap too far to catch. Now Cloud feeling the pressure from the 39 of Austin Delgado. Let's go out the front bumper of the driver of the Target Chevrolet. Fitzwater's gapped his lead to 2 seconds now, but TJ Hanley looked to be closing up onto the back of the 80 of Kev Shearer. Obviously, he's running a little bit closer. A noticeable difference, but he's still pretty far back. Only 2 laps to go for this race leader, Zachary Fitzwater, and his number 59. Look back. All this field currently sits single file throughout. Yes, the entire field. Uh-oh. Problems for the 27 of Jari-Matti Haapalainen. He's down pit road. Something wrong with that car. So heartbreak here late for the number 27. He may end up finishing last place. Looks like he will. He might get lapped here soon. But TJ Hanley really closing up to the back of the 80. Kev Shearer. We look through turn 7. Will 08 put a move on the 80? We shall see now. There's the Bush's Baked Beans 1 to go signal for Zachary Fitzwater. He's already happy on the radio. Just trying to bring it home, and he has a comfortable margin. 2 seconds now. TJ Hanley closing back up to Kev Shearer. We're going to see a battle for second here late. Can Hanley close? TJ Hanley's team going to 4 cars next season for Mazda, leaving purchasing equipment from Walker Racing, amongst others. The Mazda teams next year sit like this. The Power Tool Racing sitting at 3 cars. Team Hanley sitting at 4 cars, and the full-time not locked-in car for Calvez Racing. But through the carousel for the final time, Zachary Fitzwater ran second for most of the race. Used a pitch strategy call that flopped for Logan Cloud to his advantage. And now, the final 2 corners for the driver who won Ontario. Coming off turn number 7. Gonna get his second win of the season. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. comes across and takes the checkered flag in the Duraflame 355. Kev Shearer holds off a late race, charging TJ Hanley for second. Hanley will finish third. Brady Burkhart, last week's winner, in fourth. A strong couple last races here for Brady. And Logan Cloud crushed after leading the first 14 laps of this race. However, a failed pitch strategy call costs him the lead and the race win. He falls to 5th. Austin Delgado 6th. Noah Breeze 7th. Brandon Morris 8th. Nick Perez, a strong run in 9th. Jacob Rose 10th. Haapalainen did finish the race 1 lap down. 11th was Dominic Carlone. 12th Eli Bright. 13th Preston Emmons. And caution lights are on, so something's happened here. At the end of this race, Patrick Smith off. Nick Perez deep in the tires out of the bus stop. What has happened after the finish of this race? I think it started with TJ Hanley here. He gets pushed around by Brady Burkhart. This is after the finish on the cooldown lap. The 08 slides out. Goes for a slide, but then what happens to the 45 of Nick Perez? It's like he comes through the bus stop hot. He comes into the bus stop hot, yes, and he overcorrects and goes for a big slide off. TJ Hanley barely keeping it out of the gravel, however, sliding in. That 45 really just sent it through. Does the same thing happen to the 02 of Cody Savage? Yes, it does. I don't know why these guys are running so quick through the bus stop, but they're going to slide off. Patrick Smith as well. Smith slides off. And Perez has already been in the tires. Yes. 02 slides in, and so does the 01. I don't think anyone else did. Oh, are these guys actually... Yes, those guys actually touched. The two Mazdas banging together, but... Tough break for them, but that will be the race. Let's get your points here for a moment from Watkins Glen. Here are your point standings after Watkins Glen. Patrick Smith loses some of his points lead. It's down to 206 as TJ Hanley has closed back in by a sizable margin. Dominic Carlone holds even in third. Brady Burkhart gains 4 spots with another strong run up to 4th. Austin Terrio down to 5th. Jake Jefferson up to the 6th position. Jake Jefferson has had no top 5s this season while still having 8 top 10s. So shows you how important consistency is. Nick Burgwald drops a spot down to 7th. Antoine Smith loses 3. Nick Perez gains 2 back. He's back into the top 10. And Zachary Fitzwater up 10 spots to 10th. The 2nd win of the season. Robbie Webb loses 3. Evans up 3. Dane Cruz down 5. Tough break for him. Cav Shearer gains 8. Logan Cloud gains 5. And Brandon Morris sort of cooling off on his charge up to the front, only gaining 1. Appolinen loses 6. Busher Bradley down 3 each. Delgado up 3. He's up to 24th. Jacob Rose up 3. Taylor Fry up 5. And Matthew Eves continues to fall back. Obviously. Well, that's going to do it here from Watkins Glen. Next up is the beginning of the 4-week Chicago Cup races. See you next time, and stick around here for the victory screen for Zachary Fitzwater after winning the Duraflame 355.